Welcome to the Sleep Story Temple. You have arrived at the threshold of a profound physiological reset. Before we begin, take a moment to acknowledge the transition you are making. For the last several hours, your mind has likely been operating in a state of high performance, analyzing, predicting, reacting, and striving. This is the realm of the beta brainwave, the frequency of the corporate mind, where survival and productivity are the only metrics of success. But that world ends at this door. Tonight, we leave the high-performance mindset outside. You are not here to achieve, to fix, or to optimize. You are here to enter the state of Prajna, the deep, dreamless sleep of the sages, where the body rests in absolute stillness, while the consciousness remains delicately, effortlessly awake. What you are about to experience is Yoga Nidra, or what modern neuroscience calls NSDR, non-sleep deep rest. This is not a passive daydream. This is a systematic, structural dismantling of the stress stored within your nervous system. We are using the science of symmetry to bypass the analytical mind and speak directly to the cellular level of your being. We are moving beyond simple relaxation and into the realm of cellular repair. Begin by preparing your sanctuary. If you haven't already, dim the lights until the room is a soft, charcoal haze. Ensure that your environment is cool, but that your body is warm. As your heart rate slows and your blood pressure drops during this practice, your body temperature will naturally decrease. Cover yourself with a blanket. Feel its weight, its texture, its promise of protection. Now, bring your body into the position of Savasana, the corpse pose. Lie flat on your back, on a firm, supportive surface. This position is the foundation of the science of symmetry. Your spine is the central axis of this temple, the lightning rod for your nervous system. Align your head, your neck, and your spine in one perfectly straight, effortless line. Step back and observe the symmetry of your form. Let your legs fall open naturally, the feet flopping outward toward the corners of the room. Place your arms a few inches away from your torso, palms facing upward in a gesture of total receptivity. This is the posture of a sovereign who has nothing left to defend. As you settle into this stillness, make any final adjustments now. Adjust your clothing. Move a pillow. Tuck your shoulder blades slightly underneath your chest to open the heart space. Once we begin the rotation of consciousness, you are encouraged to remain absolutely still. Stillness is the laboratory where the reset occurs. However, if you must move, Do so mindfully, then return immediately to the center. Let us begin the somatic descent. Bring your awareness to your jaw. In the waking world, the jaw is the gatekeeper of your stress. It clenches to hold back words. It tightens to endure pressure. Right now, consciously unhinge the jaw. Let there be a small space between your upper and lower teeth. Let the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth, resting heavily in the lower palate. Move your awareness to your eyes. Feel the eyelids becoming heavy, like two velvet curtains closing at the end of a long performance. Do not press them shut. Let the weight of gravity do the work for you. Feel the tiny muscles around the corners of the eyes, the ones that squint at screens and scan for data. Let them unravel completely. The eyes are now sinking back into the skull, turning their gaze inward toward the vast, dark space of the mind. Now, feel the weight of your head against the surface beneath you. Acknowledge the sheer mass of the cranium. It is heavy. It is supported. There is no longer any need for the muscles of the neck to hold it up. The neck softens. The throat opens. The breath begins to move through you with zero friction, like a soft wind moving through an empty cathedral. You are becoming a witness to your own physiology. The world of doing is fading. The world of being is expanding. You are not the one breathing. You are the one being breathed. You are not the one sleeping. You are the one observing the descent into rest. In this state of perfect symmetry and profound stillness, your subconscious mind becomes highly fertile. It is here that we must set the direction for your journey. It is time to plant the seed. It is time to discover your Sankalpa. You are resting perfectly within the architecture of stillness. Your spine is a straight, unbreakable line of energy. Your muscles are heavy, draped effortlessly over the bones, sinking deeper into the surface beneath you with every slow, unforced exhalation. The physical boundaries of your body are beginning to beautifully blur. As you surrender the weight of your physical form, you are crossing a profound neurological threshold. The sharp, frantic beta brainwaves of your day, the frequencies responsible for problem solving, worrying, and anticipating, are gently smoothing out. you are descending into the slow, rolling rhythms of the alpha state and moving steadily toward the deep, restorative ocean of theta. In this precise state of suspended consciousness, the analytical mind goes offline. The heavy iron gates of your waking defenses swing wide open. You have entered the fertile ground of the subconscious. It is here, in this vast, quiet space, that we must drop an anchor. We must plant a seed that will guide your nervous system back to its original blueprint of health and peace. In the tradition of Yoga Nidra, this seed is called your Sankalpa. A Sankalpa is an intention, but it is entirely different from a waking world goal. In the corporate mindset, a goal is built on the premise that you are currently lacking something. A goal assumes that you are flawed, that you must hustle, fix, or improve yourself to finally become worthy in the future. A Sankalpa rejects that completely. The word is born from two ancient roots, san, meaning a connection to your highest truth, and kalpa, meaning a solemn vow. Your Sankalpa is a vow made to your highest self. It is a declaration of a truth that is already present within you, even if it has been temporarily buried beneath the exhaustion of modern life. I invite you now to discover your Sankalpa for tonight's journey. Do not try to force it. Do not use your intellect to craft a complicated sentence. Let the analytical mind rest. Instead, draw your awareness deep into the center of your chest, into the quiet intelligence of the heart space. Listen closely into the dark. What is it that your deepest self truly requires right now? Allow a short, positive statement to naturally bubble up to the surface of your awareness. It must be simple. It must be positive. And it must be phrased entirely in the present tense. The subconscious mind does not understand the future. If you say, "I will be relaxed," your nervous system assumes that relaxation is always kept at a distance, forever trapped in tomorrow. You must claim your truth right now. If you cannot find the words, you may borrow one of these. I am profoundly safe. I am complete, exactly as I am. My body is healing. I am absolute peace. I am rest. Wait quietly in the silence until your Sankalpa forms clearly in your mind's eye. Once you have found your intention, You must plant it into the soil of your subconscious. Bring your full, undivided attention back to the center of your chest. Imagine the dark, warm, infinitely spacious soil of your inner world. You are going to repeat your Sankalpa mentally 3 times. But you must not just think the words. You must feel them as absolute, undeniable fact. Let the words vibrate through your bones. Let every cell in your resting body hear the command and align with its frequency. State your Sankalpa to yourself now for the first time. State it again with absolute conviction. State it a third and final time, feeling it radiate from your heart into the deepest layers of your resting nervous system. The seed is planted. The anchor is set. You do not need to think about your Sankalpa again. You do not need to check on it or force it to grow. The deep intelligence of the theta state will nurture it while you sleep. The mind has established its direction. Now, the body must follow. It is time to dissolve the physical boundaries entirely. It is time to systematically dismantle the hidden tension locked deep within your muscle memory. Prepare to leave the solid world behind. Let us begin the rotation of consciousness. Let us enter the science of symmetry. The seed of your intention is safely planted. We will now begin the rotation of consciousness. This is the core of the NSDR practice. We are going to systematically power down the sensory grid of your physical body. I will name various parts of your body. As I say them, simply move your awareness to that point. Do not move the muscle. Do not judge the sensation. And most importantly, do not linger. We must keep the awareness moving rapidly, like a small, brilliant point of light jumping from node to node across a dark circuit board. If the mind moves quickly enough, it cannot attach to thought, and it cannot fall asleep. Your body will sleep. Your mind will remain perfectly, effortlessly awake. Become aware of your right hand. Bring all of your attention to the right hand, thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, little finger, palm of the right hand. Feel the subtle heat in the palm, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, right shoulder, armpit, right side of the waist, right hip, right thigh, kneecap, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole of the right foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe. The entire right side of your body is now heavy, powered down, and completely still. Move your awareness instantly to the left hand. Become aware of the left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, little finger, palm of the left hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, left shoulder, armpit, left side of the waist, left hip, left thigh, kneecap, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole of the left foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe. The entire left side of your body is now perfectly heavy and perfectly still. The symmetry is established. Now, draw your awareness to the back of your body, the parts of you in direct contact with the floor. Right heel, left heel, right calf, left calf, back of the right thigh, back of the left thigh, right buttock, left buttock, lower back, middle back, upper back, the right shoulder blade, the left shoulder blade, the entire spine resting completely unburdened, the back of the neck, the back of the head. Move your awareness to the front of the body, the very top of the head, the forehead, the right eyebrow, the left eyebrow, the space exactly between the eyebrows, the center of observation, right eye, right ear, left ear, right cheek, left cheek, the bridge of the nose, the tip of the nose, upper lip, lower lip, the chin, the throat, the right collarbone, the left collarbone, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, the center of the chest, the navel, the abdomen, the pelvis. Now, the major parts, the whole right leg, the whole left leg, both legs together, heavy as stone, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, both arms together, the whole torso, from the shoulders to the hips, the whole head. Now, the whole body together. Feel the complete, unbroken boundary of your physical form. The whole body is perfectly still. The somatic map has been completely erased. You have successfully detached from the physical vessel, leaving it in a state of absolute, profound restoration. The physical body has now surrendered completely to the earth. The map of your flesh and bone has been dissolved into a profound, heavy stillness. You are resting like an ancient statue in the dark center of the temple. The muscles have given up their defense. The nervous system has ceased its relentless scanning of the perimeter. You are absolutely, unconditionally safe. While your body rests in this deep, immovable state, your consciousness remains. It is burning like a steady, smokeless flame in a windless room. You are unbound by physical tension, hovering beautifully at the threshold of the subconscious. We must now cross the bridge from the physical realm into the subtle energy of your nervous system. To do this, we will place your detached awareness on the only part of you that is still moving. Bring your unbroken attention entirely to your breath. Do not try to change it. Do not attempt to force it to be deeper or longer or slower. The time for controlling the body has passed. You are no longer the one doing the breathing. You are simply the silent witness observing the body as it breathes itself. Notice the incredibly subtle mechanics of this involuntary rhythm. Feel the sensation of the air as it first makes contact with the edge of your nostrils. Notice the temperature. The air entering the body is pristine, cool, and awakening. Follow that cool stream of air as it moves gently up through the nasal passages, cresting at the bridge of the nose and flowing smoothly down the back of the throat. Observe the pause at the very top of the inhalation. For a fraction of a second, the breath suspends. Time stands completely still. And then the exhalation begins. Follow the breath as it travels back up and out of the body. Notice the subtle, warming shift in temperature. The air leaving the body is warm, carrying away the final, microscopic traces of metabolic fatigue and cellular exhaustion. Cool air entering, warm air leaving. Receiving life, releasing the past. Now, gently shift your focus downward, moving your awareness from the nostrils down into the very center of your abdomen. Focus your entire consciousness directly upon the navel. Notice how the navel rises gently with every single inhalation, expanding outward like a slow, majestic wave building in the center of a dark ocean. And notice how it falls softly with every exhalation, the wave collapsing back into the profound, quiet depths. This rhythmic, oceanic movement of the navel is the ultimate biological signal of profound safety. As you simply observe this rise and fall, you are manually activating the vagus nerve. You are flipping the master switch in your brain, locking yourself deeply and permanently into the parasympathetic state, the rest and digest frequency where profound cellular healing occurs. As we sink deeper into this state, the analytical, corporate mind, the part of you that loves to solve problems and worry about tomorrow, will begin to feel restless. It will try to pull you back up to the surface by throwing random thoughts, memories, and anxieties into your awareness. To prevent this, to anchor your active mind safely, while the rest of your consciousness sinks into the deep, we will use a descending count. We are going to tie the busy part of your brain to a simple, rhythmic, repetitive task. This acts as a heavy anchor, stabilizing your awareness so that you can drift without getting lost. You will count backward, starting from the number 54, all the way down to 1. You will pace this count perfectly with the gentle, unforced rise and fall of your navel. You will say it mentally to yourself, silently in the dark screen of your mind, like this: I am breathing in 54. I am breathing out 54. I am breathing in 53. I am breathing out 53. If your mind wanders, and it will, do not judge yourself. Do not become frustrated. The moment you realize you have lost track of the numbers, or the moment you catch yourself thinking about a memory from the waking world, simply acknowledge the distraction. Watch the thought dissolve into the dark, and calmly, without any emotion, start your count completely over again at 54. There is no prize for reaching number 1. The goal is not to finish the count. The goal is simply to remain aware, keeping the mind tethered to the breath, while the body falls deeper and deeper into profound sleep. Bring your awareness entirely to the navel. Prepare to begin the descent. I am breathing in 54. I am breathing out 54. I am breathing in 53. I am breathing out 53. I am breathing in 52. I am breathing out 52. Continue counting exactly like this. Let your awareness ride the gentle, heavy waves of your own respiration. Sink deeper into the sanctuary. Continue counting. Awake and aware. The counting can now gently cease. Release the numbers completely into the dark. Release the heavy, protective anchor of the breath. You no longer need to monitor your respiration. Let it become entirely automatic. A faint, slow, rhythmic whisper in the deep background of your awareness. The physical body is now perfectly asleep, breathing itself, healing itself, while your consciousness remains effortlessly awake, floating freely. Gather your attention and draw your consciousness upward. Move your awareness away from the heavy, sleeping torso and place it gently in the space just behind your closed eyelids. Focus entirely on the dark space directly behind the center of your forehead, in the space perfectly between the eyebrows. In the ancient yogic tradition, this inner landscape is called the Chidakasha, the infinite screen of the mind. Imagine that you are sitting in the back row of a vast, unlit, empty theater. You are simply looking at the massive, dark, blank screen in front of you. Do not try to force any images to appear. Do not strain your physical eyes. Let them remain perfectly heavy, unmoving, and deeply relaxed in their sockets. You are stepping into the role of the ultimate, passive, non-judgmental observer. Simply watch the darkness. Sometimes this screen is nothing more than a deep, impenetrable velvet black. Other times, subtle shapes or colors will begin to spontaneously emerge from the void. You might witness faint, sweeping washes of deep indigo, slow-moving, nebulous clouds of violet, or tiny, transient sparks of silver starlight drifting across your field of vision. Whatever manifests on the screen of your mind, simply witness it. Do not try to hold on to the colors, and do not try to push them away. Let them flow. If a thought from the waking world suddenly arises, a random memory, a fragment of a conversation, an unfinished task, or a familiar face, do not fight it. Fighting creates friction, and friction pulls you back to the surface. Instead, observe the thought as if it is merely a shape passing across the dark screen. Watch it drift into view. Acknowledge its presence without a single ounce of emotion or judgment, and watch it peacefully drift away into the shadows. You are not your thoughts. You are the vast, infinite, indestructible space in which the thoughts appear. Feel the profound, breathtaking weightlessness of this space. The physical body has been completely left behind, resting heavy and safe on the floor of the temple. The analytical, corporate mind has surrendered its desperate grip on reality. You are now pure, untethered awareness, floating peacefully in the quiet, limitless dark of your own inner universe. As you drift in this hypnagogic state, the beautiful borderland between waking and dreaming, let us drop a few symbolic anchors into the vastness. I will name a series of images. I will only say them once. Simply witness whatever flashes onto the screen of your mind. Do not force the visualization. Just let the image rise and fall on its own. A single burning candle in a dark, windowless room. Watch the golden halo of light gently pushing back the shadows. See the slow, hypnotic, rhythmic dance of the flame. An endless, calm ocean under a starless, midnight sky. There is no moon. There is no shore. There is only the vast, heavy, majestic expanse of deep, unmoving, completely silent water. A heavy, ancient stone temple hidden deep within a silent forest. Notice the massive, unbreakable pillars of polished gray stone. Feel the cool, damp air of the forest. Experience the profound, ancient quiet of a sanctuary untouched by time. A flawless glass mirror floating perfectly suspended in a completely empty void. Look deeply into the mirror and see absolutely nothing but the reflection of pure, infinite, weightless space. Now, gently let the images fade away entirely. Wipe the screen of the mind completely clean. Return to the pure, empty, warm, velvet darkness. Rest in the Chidakasha. Rest in the infinite space behind the eyes. You have reached the state of Prajna. The mind is clear. The body is regenerating. You are suspended perfectly at the absolute, peaceful center of your own existence, far beyond the reach of the waking world. Surrender completely to the void. Float in the pure, empty dark. You are resting perfectly in the infinite, silent space of the Chidakasha. The analytical, corporate mind has entirely ceased its frantic operations. The heavy, dense friction of your waking life has been neutralized. You are suspended in the profound, empty dark. But this dark is not empty. It is not a void of absence. It is a void of absolute, unlimited potential. In this state of prajna, where the physical body is profoundly asleep and the consciousness is effortlessly awake, the barriers between your mind and your cellular biology completely dissolve. Your nervous system is no longer a rigid, guarded fortress. It is a vast, open, highly receptive network. Before we infuse this open network with the energy of profound restoration, we must recall the seed we planted at the very beginning of our journey. Without moving your physical body, gently gather your awareness from the vast screen of the mind. Draw your consciousness slowly down from the space between the eyebrows, descending gracefully through the quiet throat, and let it rest once again in the very center of your chest. Return to the warm, glowing, deeply intelligent space of your heart. Recall your Sankalpa. Recall the intention, the solemn vow you made to your highest self at the start of this practice. Right now, your brainwaves are moving in slow, heavy, majestic delta rhythms. The soil of your subconscious mind is perfectly prepared, incredibly rich, and flawlessly receptive. There is absolutely no resistance left within you to block this truth. Repeat your Sankalpa mentally to yourself 3 times, with absolute faith and unwavering conviction. You are not asking for this to become true in the future. You are commanding it to be the fundamental reality of your nervous system in this exact moment. State your Sankalpa clearly to yourself now for the first time. State it again, feeling the frequency of the words vibrate deeply into the dark, resting chambers of your physical form. State it a third and final time, trusting completely that it has been perfectly received by the deepest layers of your biology. The seed has blossomed. The intention is permanently locked into your nervous system. Now we will begin the profound work of cellular repair. We dismantled the physical body in the rotation of consciousness. Now we will reconstruct it, not with tension and stress, but with vital, healing life force. In the ancient texts, this life force is called prana. Draw your awareness to the space just an inch above the very crown of your head. Visualize a brilliant, warm, glowing sphere of pure, liquid golden light hovering there. It is not hot. It is perfectly, wonderfully warm. It pulses with a slow, heavy, magnetic frequency. This is pure, uncorrupted, vital energy. Imagine this liquid, golden light beginning to slowly pour down from the crown of your head. Feel it seeping gently into the scalp, immediately dissolving any lingering tightness. Watch it flow deep into the skull, washing over the physical brain. It moves like a warm, heavy tide, rinsing away the frantic beta waves, clearing out the microscopic exhaustion in the neural pathways. The mind is bathed in a warm, protective, golden silence. The liquid light cascades down your forehead, instantly smoothing the muscles around the eyes. It pools in the heavy sockets, washing away the strain of screens and artificial light. It flows down over the cheeks, melting into the hinges of the jaw. Feel the jaw become even heavier as the golden warmth dissolves the unspoken words and the invisible pressure you have carried all day. The light continues its slow, majestic descent. It pours down the sides of the neck and washes over the throat. The throat center becomes a hollow tube of pure, glowing, golden energy. Watch as the light spills outward, cascading over the heavy architecture of your collarbones. It flows into the shoulder joints, melting the heavy, invisible armor you have been wearing. The warm, heavy, liquid, golden light streams down both arms simultaneously, over the biceps, the elbows, the forearms, pooling warmly in the palms of your resting hands and radiating out through the very tips of your fingers. Your arms are entirely saturated with heavy, healing, golden light. Now, feel the main channel of light pouring from the throat directly down into the center of the chest. It fills the lungs with a warm, glowing mist. It wraps around the physical heart, slowing its beat, giving it permission to rest in a profound, unhurried rhythm. The entire rib cage is a glowing lantern of golden vitality. The light moves down into the abdomen. It bathes the stomach, the liver, and the deep internal organs. This is the true center of the rest and digest nervous system. The golden light saturates every cell here, initiating a deep, miraculous, physical healing. It flows heavily into the dense, bony bowl of the pelvis. It washes over the hips, neutralizing the ancient, survival-based fight-or-flight energy stored deep in the joints. The root of your body is now perfectly grounded, profoundly warm, and flawlessly safe. The healing energy surges down into the massive muscles of the thighs. The hamstrings and quadriceps surrender the last microscopic ounces of tension as they fill with golden warmth. Down through the kneecaps, down through the calves and the shins, flowing into the ankles, through the dense bones of the feet, and radiating out through the soles of the feet and the tips of the toes. Observe your entire body now. From the crown of your head to the tips of your toes, you are no longer made of flesh and bone. You are a complete, unbroken, flawless silhouette of glowing, warm, liquid, golden light. The heavy friction of the world has been entirely washed out of your system. Your energetic body is vibrating at a frequency of perfect symmetry, perfect health, and absolute, unconditional peace. Rest in this magnificent architecture of light. Allow the golden warmth to heal every cell, every nerve, and every memory locked within you. The body is asleep. The energy is sovereign. The mind is resting in the infinite dark. The glowing architecture of light has perfectly integrated into your physical form. The golden vital energy, the prana, has settled deep into your bones, your marrow, and the very core of your nervous system. You are vibrating at a frequency of perfect symmetry, absolute health, and profound peace. We must now gently ground this subtle, magnificent energy back into the physical sanctuary of your room, without disturbing the deep, restorative sleep your body has achieved. Do not move a single muscle. Keep the physical body perfectly still, heavily anchored to the earth beneath you, like an ancient stone monument. But softly, effortlessly, allow your detached awareness to expand outward, moving just beyond the golden silhouette of your skin. Notice the physical space around you. Feel the cool, steady, quiet temperature of the air in your room. Feel the heavy, comforting, protective weight of the blanket draped across your resting form. Listen closely to the ambient silence of your sanctuary. The world outside these walls continues its chaotic, endless spin, but you are entirely removed from its gravity. You are untouched. You are perfectly secure in this temple of rest. Now, as your mind prepares to surrender its final thread of waking awareness. Receive this closing blessing. This is a transmission of ancient metta, pure, loving kindness, designed to seal your practice, protect your energetic boundaries, and guard your sleep. Let these words land softly in the center of your open heart, absorbing deeply into the fabric of your being. May you be happy. Not the fleeting, fragile happiness of the waking, corporate world, but a deep, heavy, unshakable contentment, the profound happiness of a soul that knows it is exactly where it is supposed to be, resting in its own sovereign power. May you be healthy, and may you be strong. Let the golden, vital energy that now saturates your cells become a permanent shield of physical resilience. May your nervous system remain perfectly anchored in this parasympathetic peace, long after the dark of the night has passed. May your heart be filled with loving kindness. May the heavy armor of stress and defense that you laid down tonight never need to be picked up again. May you move through tomorrow with the quiet, undeniable strength of someone who has nothing left to prove, and absolutely no one left to convince. And may your life be filled with joy. The quiet, effortless, beautiful joy of simply existing. As you prepare to drift completely into the silence of the night, remember the ultimate, undeniable truth of this practice. You do not need to be fixed. You are already and have always been completely whole. Namaste. The guided portion of our journey is now complete. But your deep rest is only just beginning. You do not need to wake up. You do not need to return to the surface of consciousness. You are invited to completely let go of the sound of my voice. Let the words dissolve entirely into the dark background, merging beautifully with the slow, resonant drone of the night. My voice will become a distant whisper, and then it will become nothing at all. Sink deeper now. Allow the gentle alpha and theta brain waves that safely carried you down here to smooth out completely. They are now giving way to the slow, majestic, massive rhythms of delta sleep. Imagine sinking into a warm, infinite, soundless ocean where time simply ceases to exist. The profound cellular repair we initiated together will continue automatically, silently, and flawlessly throughout the rest of your night. Your body knows exactly what to do. There is nothing left to achieve. There is nowhere left to be. There is no one left to perform for. Let the heavy, protective velvet dark wrap around you like a perfect, impenetrable cocoon. Surrender your final, delicate breath of awareness to the deep. Drift fully into the silence. Drift into the endless ocean of Prajna. Sleep.